Welcome to Living History Channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one.
Kenneth Tobey was a prolific American actor, best remembered for classic science fiction and war films. From World War II service to iconic roles like The Thing, he embodied calm authority across decades of film and television. British actress Dame Maggie Smith, 1934 to 2024, was a towering figure of stage and screen, known for razor-sharp wit and emotional depth. From Shakespeare to Harry Potter, her performances shaped generations of storytelling. Vincent Price, 1911 to 1993, was an American actor whose elegant voice and refined presence defined classic horror cinema. From gothic villains to darkly witty roles, he turned fear into high art. Jane Mansfield, 1933 to 1967, was an American actress and sex symbol of 1950s Hollywood, known for her glamour, intelligence, and tragic early death that turned her into a lasting icon. 1933, film shots, postcard from the pre-code Warner Brothers film Lily Turner, shows a rare studio moment with Guy Kibbe, George Brent, Ruth Chatterton, and others, reflecting the bold style and freedom of early 1930s Hollywood cinema. Born April 3, 1924, Marlon Brando reshaped modern acting with raw emotion and realism. From On the Waterfront to The Godfather, he broke old rules and became a symbol of artistic rebellion and depth in cinema history. Original French lobby card from the 1933 Paramount pre-code film Designed for Living, featuring Gary Cooper, Frederick March, Miriam Hopkins, and Edward Everett Horton. It reflects the bold storytelling and relaxed censorship of early 1930s cinema. Original press photo from Warner Brothers' Dark Victory, 1939, showing Geraldine Fitzgerald and George Brent. The image reflects the emotional tone of late 1930s Hollywood drama and the studio portrait style of the era. Original press photo from the pre-code film The Purchase Price, 1932, featuring Barbara Stanwyck, George Brent, and David Landau. A striking glimpse of early 1930s Hollywood realism and bold storytelling. Original French front-of-house card from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1931, showing Frederick March in the laboratory. This image captures the film's dark psychological tension and the era's fascination with duality and science. Original 1939 French front-of-house lobby card from 20th Century Fox's The Rains Came, La Mousson, featuring George Brent, Myrna Loy, and Brenda Joyce. It reflects Hollywood's golden age spectacle, romance, and global ambition. Original oversized magazine advertisement for Warner Brothers' 1936 film The Charge of the Light Brigade. Featuring Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland, it reflects classic Hollywood adventure, romance, and the studio's grand promotional style. Jane Mansfield, 1933 to 1967, was an American actress and Hollywood sex symbol of the 1950s to 60s. Known for her wit and bold image, she balanced glamour with intelligence, speaking several languages and shaping pop culture. Lost Horizon, 1973, aimed for serenity, but landed in excess. With lavish sets and syrupy music, the remake drained tension and wonder from the classic, offering glossy calm where drama should live, and testing patience more than belief. Claudia Cardinale, born 1938 in Tunis, rose to international fame with her natural beauty and strong presence. From Italian cinema to Hollywood, she became a symbol of strength, grace, and timeless screen charisma. Margaret Nolan, 1943 to 2020, was an Irish actress and artist, best known for her striking presence in 1960s cinema, including Goldfinger. Beyond film, she later devoted her life to painting and visual art. Way Out West, 1937, is a classic Laurel and Hardy comedy where simple plot gives way to timeless gags, music, and physical humor. In just over an hour, the duo deliver warmth, friendship, and laughter that still feels effortless and sincere. Marilyn Monroe was more than a screen icon. She was a gifted performer whose vulnerability and charm reshaped Hollywood stardom, leaving a lasting influence on cinema, culture, and the image of femininity. You need more than luck in Shanghai. In The Lady from Shanghai, 1947, Orson Welles crafts a bold noir of deception and desire. Rita Hayworth shatters her glamorous image, revealing vulnerability and danger in a haunting, unforgettable performance. Elizabeth Taylor, 1932 to 2011, rose from child stardom to become one of Hollywood's greatest icons, famed for her violet eyes, powerful performances, and a life that blended classic cinema, scandal, and fierce independence. Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman, captured in black and white, reflect a rare Hollywood love built on talent, loyalty, and quiet strength. Two stars who chose partnership over spotlight and lasted a lifetime. Vince Edwards, born 1928, brought raw intensity to 1950s noir. In The Night Holds Terror, 1955, his dangerous charm dominates a grim docudrama where masculinity turns menacing. Olivia de Havilland, 1916 to 2020, was a pillar of classic Hollywood, celebrated for grace, intelligence, and courage, on screen and off, reshaping actresses' rights and leaving an enduring cinematic legacy. Franklin Pangborn, 1889 to 1958, was a prolific American character actor, appearing in 241 films and TV productions. A World War I veteran, he was wounded and gassed at Argonne before becoming a master of comic precision. Oliver Hardy, 1892 to 1957, was a legendary American comedian, singer, and actor. As half of Laurel and Hardy, he appeared in 418 films, including 106 with Stan Laurel. His humor blended dignity, frustration, and timeless charm. Gloria Stewart, 1910 to 2010, was a Golden Age actress who left Hollywood by choice, reinvented herself as an artist, then returned at 87 in Titanic, earning an Oscar nomination and bridging early cinema to the modern era. Laird Cregar, 1913 to 1944, was a gifted actor known for dark, haunting roles, though he longed for romance on screen. Intellectual, sensitive, and intense, he died at 31, leaving behind one of Hollywood's greatest unrealized talents. Theda Bara, 1885 to 1955, was Hollywood's first true sex symbol and creator of The Vamp. Her seductive, dangerous screen image reshaped cinema, while lost films and studio myths turned her into one of film history's greatest legends. Conrad Veidt, 1893 to 1943, was a German actor whose haunting presence shaped cinema's greatest villains. From Caligari to Casablanca, he brought elegance to menace and stood firmly against Nazism, on screen and off. Thelma Todd, 1906 to 1935, was a sharp-witted American comedian and actress of early Hollywood, famous for her timing, independence, and a mysterious death that still fuels debate. George Kennedy reached career peak in 1968, winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor as Dragline in the unforgettable film Cool Hand Luke. On January 3, 1932, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde opened in theaters, showcasing Frederick March's groundbreaking dual performance that captured the era's fascination with psychology, morality, and the darkness within human nature. Peter Yates's Bullitt, 1968, endures as a model of cool crime cinema. Steve McQueen's minimalist performance, Lalo Schifrin's jazz score, and the legendary San Francisco car chase secured its place in film history. Rhonda Fleming, 1923 to 2020, was Hollywood's natural redhead and a Technicolor favorite. From Spellbound to Out of the Past, she balanced glamour with intelligence, later devoting her life to philanthropy and mental health causes. Rock Hudson, 1925 to 1985, was a Golden Age Hollywood star, famed for romance films and later admired for quiet courage when he publicly faced AIDS, changing awareness forever. Jean Peters, 1926 to 2000, was a rare Hollywood star who rejected glamour for honesty, shone in noir like Pickup on South Street, then walked away from fame after marrying Howard Hughes to live life on her own terms. Frank Sinatra proved his dramatic power in The Man with the Golden Arm, 1955, delivering a raw, fearless performance as Frankie Machine, a man battling addiction, guilt, and survival, cementing Sinatra as a serious, underrated actor. Clark Gable, 1901 to 1960, embodied classic Hollywood masculinity, rising from small roles to stardom as Rhett Butler, defining the golden age with charm, confidence, and lasting screen presence. Hollywood long misrepresented Native Americans, but some filmmakers changed that narrative. A new podcast explores this shift through film history, from silent-era stereotypes to groundbreaking works like Broken Arrow, guided by author Bob Hertzberg. Released in 1938, Angels with Dirty Faces signaled the gangster film's maturity. Directed by Michael Curtiz and starring James Cagney, Pat O'Brien, Humphrey Bogart, and the Dead End Kids, it blended crime, morality, and tragedy. Strangers on a Train, 1951, shows Hitchcock at peak precision. Based on Patricia Highsmith's novel, Robert Walker's chilling Bruno anchors a tense, elegant thriller. A podcast explores its troubled cast, script battles, and lasting power. Bogart's Sahara, 1943, turns a desert march into a tense study of leadership and survival. Directed by Zoltan Korda, it follows Sergeant Joe Gunn guarding scarce water against the Afrika Korps, powered by Miklos Rozsa's unforgettable score. Diana Vreeland and Gloria Swanson embodied fearless reinvention. One reshaped fashion journalism with bold vision. The other conquered silent film, survived scandal, and returned as legend. Two women proving style and power never fade. Son of Dracula, 1943, stars Lon Chaney Jr. as a modern descendant of Dracula, blending classic horror with wartime noir mood. Set in the American South, the film reflects 1940s fears through Gothic myth. Jimmy Stewart shines in Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation, 1962, a warm, witty family comedy where his everyman charm turns chaos into laughter. Directed by Henry Koster, it captures a gentler Hollywood era of character-driven humor. Author Robert Florjack returns to explore Errol Flynn's final decade, tracing declining films, rising excess, and forgotten projects like Cuban Rebel Girls, an honest look at the troubled twilight of a Hollywood legend. Vincent Price stands at Edgar Allan Poe's grave in 1977, a quiet moment between the master of Gothic cinema and the writer who shaped his legacy. Actor and poet meet across time in reverence and shadow. Three Strangers, 1946, united Peter Lorre and Sidney Greenstreet again, with Geraldine Fitzgerald, in a dark noir of fate and greed. Directed by Jean Negulesco, the film reflects Warner Brothers' golden era mastery and Greenstreet's late, unforgettable career. Compulsion, 1959, directed by Richard Fleischer, stars Dean Stockwell and Bradford Dillman as fictionalized versions of Leopold and Loeb. Based on Meyer Levin's novel, it marked Richard D. Zanuck's first production. Karen Morley appears as Laura in John Ford's pre-code drama Flesh, 1932, and the same year made a lasting mark as Poppy in Howard Hawks' Scarface, becoming one of the era's most striking and intelligent screen presences. John Hall and Dorothy Lamour appear on John Ford's South Seas set for The Hurricane, 1937, a Samuel Goldwyn epic famed for its groundbreaking storm effects, adapted from the novel co-written by Hall's uncle, James Norman Hall. Margaret Hamilton, 1902 to 1985, became immortal as the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Yet off-screen, she was a gentle educator who loved teaching children, sharing stories, and proving kindness can live behind even the darkest roles. Fay Bainter, 1893 to 1968, won her Academy Award for Jezebel, 1938, portraying quiet moral strength beside Bette Davis. A respected stage and screen actress, she brought warmth, dignity, and depth to Hollywood's golden age. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, 1943, united Universal's monsters, with Lon Chaney Jr. as the tragic Wolfman and Bela Lugosi as Frankenstein's creature, marking a darker, fate-driven turn in classic horror. Remembering Linda Darnell and Cornel Wilde through Centennial Summer, 1946, an Otto Preminger musical where glamour met wartime Hollywood. Darnell's poise and Wilde's elegance reflect a fleeting golden moment of Fox studio optimism.
Thanks for watching. I'm always hunting for lost photos and untold stories. Got a time period in mind? Let me know in the comments.